Hi guys, welcome back. This video is going to be using all e.l.f. products. Most of them are new to me, and e.l.f. brushes. There's just a couple products that I don't have, so I'm going to be using those, like for example mascara. I don't have an e.l.f. mascara, but I have almost everything else. So let's just get started. First I'm using my e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer in the shade Lavender, which is Brightening. If you hadn't noticed, I have a lot of acne today, so the next product I'm going to be using is the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. And I don't have a foundation brush from e.l.f., so I'm going to be using my handy dandy sponge wedge. This foundation is too light for me right now. It is the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation and has salicylic acid, witch hazel, camphor, tea tree, and aloe. And it smells like medicated foundation, but I'm pretty acne prone. I mean, I rarely get 5 zits at the same time anymore. And that's what I have going on right now. Now I'm using the e.l.f. Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter. So it has a conceal and then a bright color for highlighting. And a doe foot applicator. And I'm just going to blend that out with my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. Then I'm going to use the highlight side. Excuse you, dog. Sorry. And the same brush, and I'm going to apply a little bit of that under the eyes. I did use whatever was left on my brush to spot conceal some of my pimples. If I had to pick some of my e.l.f. favorites, and non-favorites, I would say this under eye concealer and highlight is just kind of like, I don't notice a difference. I'd rather use my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer or my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. But I'm going to set that concealer with my e.l.f. Clarifying Pressed Powder. This is in the shade Ivory. And this is only $1. I know, $1. This is the e.l.f. powder brush. Next I'm going to be using an e.l.f. Smudge Pot. This is the color Gotta Glow. It's a golden color as my eye primer. Now I'm using my e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit in dark. And I'm going to use the powder side and then also a little bit of the gel. The powder is the lighter color and the gel is a darker color. And it comes with a little brush. It has the angled side and then a fluffy side. Sorry about the dog. She doesn't bark until I turn the camera on and speak. Then she gets angry. Now I'm just going in with the spoolie just to kind of lighten them up. Honestly, I'm not loving the way they turned out, but that is the e.l.f. Brow Kit in dark. I do have it in medium, and I use that all the time, and I do like that one a little better, but these are alright. Next, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Pressed Mineral Bronzer. This is in the color Beach Bronze, and this is the first time I've used it. I have swatched it before. This is the e.l.f. Angled Blush Brush, and it did a really good job, actually. In that bronzer. I mean, I felt like, oh man, that's streaky. But I just kept working at it and just kind of blending it in. And it did eventually soften to where I like it. So I just put whatever's left on the brush kind of on my temples and forehead there. See, it does soften pretty well. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Blush Palette and the e.l.f. Blush Brush. And it has 4 shades. This is the e.l.f. Blush Palette in light. I also have it in dark. I'm going to be using this shade right here. And they don't have names. Well, that is bright. Pretty, but bright. Trying to work at it and kind of buff it out a little bit. Next, I'm going into my e.l.f. Baked Eyeshadow in Moonlight Serenade. And this is a golden white color, and I'm using that as my highlight. And while I'm at it, I'm actually going to use that as my highlight on my eyes as well. So this is the e.l.f. contour brush. And I'm going to be using that right under the brows and right in the inner corner of the eye. I also dabbed a little bit in the Cupid's bow area. So now for a transition color, I really don't have one from e.l.f. that I love, but I'm going to try the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit in medium, the powder shade, as my transition color. Just for reference, this is the medium kit and this is the dark. They're very similar, but the medium is just a little bit lighter. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. Crease brush and this medium shade right here. I'm going to just brush that right on the crease area. Ooh, that's a little dark. I'll just keep working that out. I did eventually get that to a nice color, but what I'm going to do is take that e.l.f. blush palette and take that bronzy color and put that on top. This is going to warm it up, I think, a little bit. Next, I'm going into my e.l.f. Baked Eyeshadow in Pixie. It's a light pink. And I'm going to be tapping that on the lid. This is the e.l.f. blending brush. Just going to be putting that right there on the lid. And now the star of the look, the e.l.f. Baked Eyeshadow in Burnt Plum. This color is just so beautiful. And it can be worked out wet or dry. I'm going to be putting that here in the outer corner of the eye with that blending brush and carrying it just to the underside of the crease. Alright, so next I'm going to be blending. I'm going to go into another e.l.f. blending brush, but this one's a clean one with no additional product. And I'm just kind of buffing out the harsh lines and blending it all out. Now I'm using the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner in black, like this, and I'm just going to make a fine line at the top lash line. Next I'm going into this e.l.f. waterproof eyeliner crayon, and I'm lining that on the lower lash line. Now I'm using the e.l.f. waterproof shadow liner, and I'm putting that in the waterline. This is also in brown. Now I'm going to go into that e.l.f. Baked Eyeshadow in Burnt Plum again on the e.l.f. contour brush that I used earlier, but I'm going to use it wet, so it's going to give a really pretty purple brown effect underneath that lower lash line. Next, I curled my eyelashes using the e.l.f. eyelash curler, and now I'm applying the e.l.f. Mascara Primer. And as I mentioned before, I don't have an e.l.f. mascara, so I'm using the Buxom mascara in Blackest Black to the top and bottom lashes. Next, I'm applying the e.l.f. Lip Plumper. This is like a cinnamon lip product that makes your lips feel kind of swollen and makes them look bigger. I did use my e.l.f. lip exfoliator earlier today, which is a brown sugar scrub in a stick form. And this is the e.l.f. Wink Pink Moisturizing Lipstick. Okay, so that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love trying out new e.l.f. products. Let me know what products you think I need to get. I just hauled a bunch of these products, so I'm going to put in the description box some of the products I just got, the videos of me hauling previous hauls of e.l.f. products, and I also want to record an e.l.f. brush video about all the brushes that I've gotten since the last e.l.f. brush video I had recorded several months ago. I've actually picked up probably double my e.l.f. collection of brushes. Anyway, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, any of the other products that I got from my e.l.f. haul that you want to see used. And I hope you guys subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.